Hi, I'm Marcus, and today I will talk about the high Swedish fuel prices. Today 1 liter of diesel costs 24.47 Swedish crowns, petrol 95 costs 21.14 crowns, and for a week ago the diesel prices cost about 27 crowns. 27 crowns converts to around 2.8 USD or 2.6 euro. At the moment, Sweden has the highest prices of fuel in Europe. But why is that? Other than the high oil prices, there are 3 main reasons why Sweden is getting even higher prices than compared to most other countries. Reduction duty, that we have to mix in more biofuel. Biofuel is getting more expensive. The Swedish crown is getting weaker. Here is a picture that shows the Swedish fuel prices and how they have changed compared to the global oil prices. As you can see, the fuel prices are rising much faster than the actual oil prices. And if the oil prices and biofuel keeps getting more expensive, we will see an even higher spike. This is due to a system that was implemented in 2018. The system is called reduktionsplikten. I would translate it to the reduction duty. It dictates how much biofuel that should get mixed in together with the fossil fuel. The goal is to mix in more each year, and since this started in 2018, the prices have escalated quickly. When COVID-19 came, the world reacted and so did the fuel prices. And this is also seen here. But from then, the prices have gone up fast, especially the last 6 months. And the conflict in Ukraine made it even worse. The Swedish crown. The last year, the Swedish crown has been getting weaker and weaker. However, if we zoom out and look at the 5-year horizon, we can see that it is not crazy high, but it is still high. At the time as I'm recording this, you can buy 9.62 Swedish crowns for $1. And all oil is imported, and so is most of the biofuel. And when the crown gets weaker, the prices at the fuel pump gets higher. Let's talk about the taxes we have on fuel. As of the 14th of March, the price of the actual diesel was 14.97 crowns, taxes 4.8 crowns, VAT 4.94 crowns. Taxes make up a total of 39.4% of the whole price. The price of the actual petrol 95 was 10.29 crowns, taxes 6.82 crowns, and VAT 4.28 crowns. Taxes make up a total of 51.9% of the whole price. Most things that we buy in Sweden has a VAT of 25%, and that's it. This is a good example on how the government is taking it to the next level. Some say it is for the environment, some say it is just because they need more money for other projects and want to punish car owners. Most of the money will not be used to finance road-related projects. The reduction duty is a directive that Sweden started with in 2018. It dictates how much biofuel that must be mixed in with regular fossil fuel. The European Union has a similar system, but it is not completely the same. As a member of EU, Sweden has to follow the rules that EU sets, but Sweden's reduction duty is set much higher than what EU demands in its fuel quality directive. There are also other countries that have similar systems, but none of them are as ambitious as the Swedish one. What you can see here is how much biofuel in percentage the fuel at the pump must contain. It is shown in Swedish, but next to the year we have petrol to the left and diesel to the right. At the moment we, for example, have mixed in 30.5% biofuel into the diesel at the pump. By 2030 this will be increased to 66% if we were to follow this plan. Later this year, in 2022, the Swedish government will have a report about how the reduction duty has affected Swedish households, companies and the overall safety and reliability of the fuel system. When this report has been published, the Swedish government will, if needed, be able to adjust the future plan for the coming years. If it is clear that it is causing too much trouble for the Swedish households' private economy, then there might be a reason for them to lower the percentage, but we will see how it goes. I also think that it all depends a lot on which parties that are sitting in the Swedish government, as some are highly against cars and some are not. There is also a debate in the whole of the European Union whether biofuel is good for the climate or if it is bad or even worse than fossil fuel. Therefore, so many countries haven't spent as much energy on this and instead opted for getting electric cars sooner, but this deserves a separate video. The prices have been skyrocketing in the last few weeks, and this is due to the reduction duty explained above. What I will talk about now are things that I have seen on the news the last few days related to this high price. The report of the consequences, which were planned to arrive at the end of this year, will arrive earlier than planned. The government and the parliament are debating on how to support people since this came as a big shock to many. This has led to some tax adjustments to lower the price that will probably happen the 1st of June, but this is still up for debate. The current government only wants to lower the taxes to EU minimum. That means that the price would get lowered by around 1.3 crowns. That is not a lot if we are talking about 25 to 27 crowns. The opposition, however, wants to temporarily lower the prices with 5 to 9 crowns, so we will see a bigger debate before this gets decided. The government also wants to give 1,000 crowns to each family that owns a car, so this will be a direct support to all owners. It doesn't matter if they drive the car or not. I personally have a car, but since I don't need it when I travel to work, I have just had it parked for weeks in the garage. And I know from many others that they are trying to drive as little as possible. The above preliminary support packages will only be temporary, and later this year the taxes will go back to normal. But there is one longer support package that might come, and that is the increase of reduction duty for 2023 might get on pause. This means that the amount of biofuel that gets mixed in today will stay at the same level until the end of 2023, and this will of course not increase the price even more. Above are just suggestions from the current government, but we can assume that these are the minimum support packages that will be done, since almost all other parties want to give even more support to the families, and also want to lower the prices even more by, for example, reducing the amount of mixed in biofuel and or get an exception from EU that would make it possible to lower the taxes even more, below minimum. We will also see an election in September. If the opposition wins, we can also see a small or higher decrease in prices. A lot of people see this as one of the most important election questions, but there is still half a year to go, so we will see how this plays out. And that is all from me today. I would like to thank you if you stay this long into the video, and if you want to support me, you can hit the like and subscribe button below. See you next time.